Evening. Short teller. Let's see, South Poles. January, what, 22nd, I think? Yeah. So, yesterday was just wind whipping like crazy. And dropped down to, I think it was 27 below this morning. And, so I come out here this morning to feed hay, and first thing that happened is got stuck with the pickup up there in a snowdrift. Yeah, after that I figured, well, waiting for somebody to come pull me out, and figured I walked down to the windbreak over there to knock the ice off the water because the cows were starting to come up, and did that, and wasn't really paying too close of attention. I took a couple pails full of water and ice out of there, and it wasn't filling back up again. I thought, wow, that's horrible. Just got done doing a bunch of work to these water points here on, I think, Tuesday. So I mean, I got insulation tubes made, and we shoved them down them culverts, and kind of thought all was well. Yesterday morning wasn't bad. Come out this morning, and so yesterday they probably only went up for water one time, so the water wasn't getting used. And so what happened was where the water comes out of the barn, I can see the peak of the barn, but you can't. It's way up there, way up. You can see that pointy tree right there at the tip of my mitten. It's up to the right of that. So that's where the milk house is, and that's where we got our well and our water line coming out. So what I discovered after I walked up there from down here was that the water line was frozen, and so I was like, oh, that's not cool, and tried to had kind of a futile attempt of putting a space heater in my freezer to thaw things out. That didn't work. So called a plumber friend of mine and asked him if he knew anybody that jetted water lines. And he said he did, but then he gave me another idea. It was, what I did by his advice was I took a 3-gallon pump sprayer, just like for spraying weeds or whatever in your garden or whatever, and I got that filled up with hot water, and then I got about a 12-foot length of some 1/4-inch plastic hose. I guess I'm not entirely sure what exactly to call it. It's a little more rigid of a hose, so it had rigidity to it, I guess, for lack of a better word. And so then what we ended up doing is we took the fittings apart up in the milk house, and we ended up we got that line down through that 1.25-inch line that's coming down here to service these waterers down here. And we were all yippee-ing and thought we were just on top of the world, and we put it back together, and we have a hose up there too, just in case we need water up there out of a hose. So we went to go throw the hose on, and the well pump was running, but there was nothing coming out. So so we had to pull the pump up a little bit, take the fittings apart from the line coming off the well pump, and we ended up running that hot water tube down there and we melted all that ice. That took almost 10 feet of line to get all that ice out of there. But we didn't even use 3 whole gallons of water though. So I was really happy with the result of it all. I got out here at about 7:30 this morning and we finally got the water on at about noon. And yeah, the cattle, they were getting pretty ornery. They were all crowded up there. By the time we come down to check to see if we had water down here, we could see steam coming up, or I should say water vapor. It wasn't steam. Seen water vapor coming off of the water trough, so we kind of knew we had water, and then we went down there and confirmed, yeah, we got water. Cattle are all drinking. Everybody's getting something to drink. We're in business. So, I mean, yeah. Whoa, this about got run over. That cow was running CJ off. He got a little too close to her. That's good though. It keeps him honest. So, whoops, sorry, I'm rocking the camera there. So yeah, we ended up spending all morning getting that water going. And then, so that was real good, and everything's working good. So then what I did is I pulled that trough up and out of there, and it's got a garden hose fitting on the bottom of it that goes down and then attaches to the hard line. And so what I did is I just twisted that garden hose fitting off a little bit so that it's dripping under there. And what that's going to do is that is going to keep the well pump running more frequently so that the water can't freeze, because running water, it's hard to freeze running water. It's got to get real cold. So we kind of got that. And then another thing I did is when we put those lines in, we had excavated kind of underneath the building, and I didn't, oh, there's a pretty little girl. I didn't get it backfilled all the way, and actually I think a rabbit or something dug a dang burrow into the back of there, because last fall I went in there and there was cold air blowing up from underneath of out from inside my freezer, and I was like, well, what in the world is that all about? So there was a hole there, and I stuffed that as best I could. And so the well casing and the water line are kind of like, you know, susceptible to freezing up there. So what I did is I actually had enough room where we cut the floor out to drop a heat lamp down in there. I had to take the reflector off of it, and then I just dangled that heat lamp down in there, so that's heating underneath the slab to keep the well casing warm and keep the water line warm that's going down into the ground. So I think that's going to work for us, and I hope it does, because I don't want to do that again tomorrow. It wasn't fun. It was an adventure, but it wasn't fun. But it ended up being okay. So we're back at it. We got everything sorted for today, and tomorrow will be a different day, and hopefully we don't have to do too much sorting tomorrow. But you can see, yeah, another thing I was going to say is that it's way nicer today than it was yesterday. Even this morning when it was still 22 below zero, the sun was out and we had barely any wind. And so what that did is that made it really actually nice. I know I'm going to sound crazy for calling it nice, but it did. It actually felt nice out here this morning when the sun was out. So the sun's just about down over there. Just trying to get things finished up. Unrolled a bale a little bit ago. I had unrolled 2 before I went home and ate something for lunch. And then I got back over here to make sure to get one more bale for them so they can get their rumens filled up. so that when they're ruminating, it's going to be in the middle of the night and it's the coldest, and then they'll be able to have the best chance of staying warm overnight here. The wind is just basically nothing right now, so that's great. It's supposed to still get down 20 below or something tonight, but when there's no wind, it's just a completely different situation. So, but yeah, you can see everybody's looking pretty good. Nobody's too worse for the wear, and we're kind of looking forward to a little bit warmer weather. So, but I guess that's about it. I got to go home and feed some dogs at home. I got a couple of Chads at home, and Rose is there. I'm trying to get them over here. I just been so busy and just not been able to get to it. So, just gonna, hopefully in a month or so here, I'm able to bring those 2 dogs over here. That way CJ's got some backup just in case we get some predator pressure here. And if I can keep Chad in the fence, I'll be super happy about that, because he's been over in the woven wire at the house for over a year now, and he needs to be out working. He wants to get out and be working. It's just nothing has really come together in the way that I wanted it to be able to get that to happen. So, but yeah, well, that's the update for today. And if you want me to show you kind of what I use to jet that water line out and stuff, I could shoot a short and put it on. If anybody's interested, let me know in the comments. Also, February 11th, we're having an event. Crowing Forage Council is having an event. We're having Dallas Mount from Ranching for Profit come out, and we're gonna talk about some things to drive profitability and keep track of your finances, to run your farm more like a business than just chasing your tail, because a lot of time I feel like that's what I'm doing most of the time. So I'm hoping I can take something away from that and add it to my operation, so I can become successful at what I'm doing here. So, all right, well, I guess I'm starting to get cold. I'm gonna look around a little more here and then probably head home and get things done. So, all right, if you're still watching, thank you and have a great day.